forward Pio Esposito ahead of the upcoming summer transfer window, as reported by La Gazzetta dello Sport. It is understood that Mikel Arteta instructed Arsenal's sporting director, Andrea Berta, to collect detailed information on the 20-year-old striker following Arsenal's 3-1 victory over Inter in the Champions League back in January. During that encounter, Esposito is said to have both impressed and unsettled Arteta, leaving a lasting impression on the Arsenal boss. The Italian youngster is currently enjoying a breakthrough campaign at Inter, registering 7 goals and 6 assists in 36 appearances across all competitions. Reports claim that Berta reached out to Inter's sporting director, Piero Ausilio, to explore whether a transfer would be possible and to assess the potential financial demands involved. However, Inter quickly made their stance clear, informing the Premier League leaders that Esposito is not available for sale and remains a key part of their long-term project. The forward previously spent 2 seasons on loan at Serie B club Spezia before making his senior Inter debut at last summer's Club World Cup. This season, the highly rated 20-year-old has become an important figure for the Nerazzurri, starting 14 matches in all competitions, including 5 in the Champions League. Arsenal were previously linked with Esposito last month, as speculation continues to grow regarding their intention to recruit another striker at the end of the season. Despite signing Swedish international Viktor Gyökeres for up to $64 million, last summer Arsenal are reportedly prioritizing the addition of another young elite-level forward. Gabriel Jesus and Kai Havertz remain alternative options in attack, but the club appear eager to further strengthen that department. Any move for a new striker would likely depend on at least one current forward departing, given that all 3 are contracted beyond this season. Amid Arsenal's interest, discussions have emerged regarding what makes Esposito such an exciting prospect in modern football. Joe Hart backs Manchester City to edge Arsenal in title race former. Manchester City goalkeeper Joe Hart believes his old club will once again overcome Arsenal in the Premier League title race this season. Hart played a central role in one of the most dramatic title finishes in English football history in 2012, when Sergio Aguero's last gasp goal secured a 3-2 victory over QPR and delivered the league title to City on goal difference ahead of Manchester United. The emotional moment cemented Hart's deep connection with the club, where he lifted 5 major trophies. Although he openly admits his loyalty to City influences his preference, Hart also argues that Pep Guardiola's squad possesses greater experience in high-pressure situations. According to the former England international, that winning pedigree could prove decisive. Now working as a pundit for TNT Sports, Hart has predicted a similar outcome to the one he experienced over a decade ago. He stated that while City's current starting 11th may not be entirely composed of battle-tested veterans, it still features numerous internationals and several players accustomed to winning major honors. As Arsenal and Manchester City continue their intense battle at the top of the table, Hart believes City's proven track record gives them the edge in what promises to be another dramatic conclusion to the season. Viktor Gyökeres' debut campaign at Arsenal has been inconsistent, to say the least. The Swedish striker managed just 7 goals in his first 22 appearances across all competitions, hardly the return expected from a $63.5 million 85mm signing. Considering the size of the investment, many questioned whether he truly suited Mikel Arteta's system. Some critics even went as far as branding him one of the poorest signings in recent Premier League history. Such harsh judgments, however, now appear premature. Since the start of the new year, Gyökeres has responded impressively. The former Sporting CP forward has scored 8 goals in his last 15 matches, including a superb brace in Arsenal's emphatic 4-1 North London derby victory at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Arteta described that display as incredible, highlighting the striker's growing influence. After enduring significant criticism earlier in the season, Gyökeres has become an important contributor to Arsenal's pursuit of silverware on multiple fronts. His resurgence speaks volumes about his resilience and mentality. That said, questions remain about whether he has truly turned a corner. In the recent clash against Chelsea, Gyökeres struggled to assert himself, registering only 1 shot and 27 touches while losing possession 14 times. Despite clear improvements under Arteta, elite opposition sides still seem capable of limiting his impact. There remains work to be done before he can fully establish himself among Europe's top-tier forwards, something Gyökeres himself openly acknowledges. "I can always improve," he told The Athletic. "I'm not a complete player or the best in every area. That's actually a positive mindset because it means there's always room to grow. I hope I always feel that way." Much of the frustration among Arsenal supporters stems from unrealistic expectations. Some assumed Gyökeres arrived at the Emirates as a fully polished striker, a prolific scorer ready-made for the physical demands of the Premier League. A closer look at his past might have tempered those expectations. His only previous spell at a Premier League club did not go to plan. As Arsenal prepare to face Brighton this week, it is worth reflecting on Gyökeres' challenging 3-year period at the Amex Stadium. To his credit, he was often deployed on the left wing rather than in his preferred central striker role. Opportunities as the main number 9 were limited, with Glenn Murray leading the line and Aaron Connolly operating as the primary striker at U23 level. Former teammate Josh Kerr explained that while Gyökeres could play centrally, he was frequently used off the left. Kerr praised his commitment, noting that Gyökeres willingly tracked back and supported his fullbacks, performing the demanding defensive duties required in difficult away fixtures. He added that the squad rated him highly at the time, though few predicted the level he would eventually reach. Month by month, however, visible improvement was evident as Gyökeres adapted to life in England. He consistently sought central positions and showed a strong instinct to drift toward goal-scoring areas. Despite his work ethic and strong mentality, Brighton ultimately concluded that his development required regular playing time elsewhere. The club decided a loan move would be beneficial, and German side St. Pauli provided him with the opportunity to gain consistent minutes in the two. Bundesliga Martin Keown has outlined 3 key adjustments he believes Arsenal must make if they are to secure the Premier League title. Although the Gunners currently sit 5 points clear at the summit, Manchester City still have a game in hand, a fixture against Crystal Palace at the Etihad Stadium. That match was initially scheduled for later this month, but has been postponed, due to the 2 title contenders meeting in the Carabao Cup final on Sunday, March 22nd. Speaking to Football.London ahead of Arsenal's midweek trip to Brighton, which will be televised on TNT Sports and Discovery+, Keown praised Mikel Arteta's defensive unit, describing it as magnificent. Despite his admiration, the former defender believes there are still areas that can be improved. Discussing how Arsenal have coped with the intensity of the title race, Keown said the team has managed to block out much of the external noise. He acknowledged that pressure and nerves are inevitable at this stage of the campaign, particularly when media narratives attempt to heighten the drama, but stressed the importance of handling those emotions effectively. Keown emphasized that, while the quality of Arsenal's back 4 is unquestionable, better structure in front of them could further strengthen the team. He suggested improved positioning, clearer communication with the midfield, and greater compactness to close passing lanes would ease the burden on a relatively young defensive line. According to him, this squad continues to learn and adapt quickly with each passing match. The TNT Sports pundit also highlighted Arsenal's heavy workload this season. He noted that while Manchester United may play only 40 matches in total, Arsenal have already surpassed that number, reflecting their involvement across multiple competitions. For Keown, this indicates a united and competitive squad capable of challenging on all fronts. Turning his attention to Chelsea, Keown suggested they could learn from Arsenal's squad balance. He pointed to the introduction of Christian Norgard, signed from Brentford in the summer, during the recent victory over the Blues as a telling example. Keown felt the experienced midfielder added valuable organization and communication, reinforcing the idea that success requires more than just youthful energy. It demands the right blend of maturity and dynamism. Finally, Keown reserved special praise for goalkeeper David Raya. He described Raya as operating in a confident, winning mindset, anticipating danger and reacting decisively in key moments. Referring to a recent back-pass situation involving Martin Zubimendi, Keown commended Raya's composure in handling a potentially risky moment, underlining his growing importance in Arsenal's title pursuit.